Yo, what's good, my fellow Imaginites? It is your boy DEADMANVINCE back with yet another Black Clover mobile video. Hope everybody is doing well today. Hope everybody has been surpassing their limits lately. I feel like we're getting a lot closer to the launch of the game, and I'm starting to get very hyped, low key. I always keep a very calm vibration on the videos, but I am actually very excited for the game coming soon, right? It'll be here in no time. We just gotta kind of sit back, wait for it. Good things come to those who wait. But today I kind of wanted to talk about an interesting concept of how I think the combat system will work within the game. So let's go ahead and just hop right into the video. But before we hop into the video, actually, that was a little redundant, going back and forth. If you guys have been enjoying the content lately, you can go down below and there you go, thrash that like button. And you can hit the subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you can unleash your hostile mana every time I drop a video and unlock some higher knowledge, right? Let's go ahead and get right into it. Okay, guys, so if we take a look right here, we can actually see that for the running animation for battle, we actually have 4 units here side by side. Now, this right here is the scene where, oh, I went back a little far there, but that right there was actually the scene where they actually went to that village on their first mission, Noelle, Asta, and Magna, to fight Heath Grice with the ice bars. Luck actually wasn't there, so that's one of the kind of like main indicators that is kind of pointing to the game being like 4-player on the main field, because Luck wasn't even there, but they made it a point to show that he's running in with these 3 for this battle. And then I kind of want to look at the character building page that I talked about in my other video the other day, kind of talk about some key points there, and then kind of come back and just elaborate on what I think the breakdown of the turn-based combat would be. Okay, so now if we're looking at the updated character building page, right? You can see on Asta, Charmy, and Yami, all of them have 4 little skills right here, right? Now, all these sword skills right here, these look like sword skills is what I was about to say. They all look like flying slash attacks, right? This could be like the Dark Cloak Lightless Slash, the Dark Cloak, he has like a flying slash. He has like another slash that's like not a flying slash, but just makes the edge of his sword dark. Then he probably has like a buff up move right here, right? And then he has a Dark Cloak Dimension slash right here. And I feel like that's a Dark Cloak Dimension slash because it's kind of like, it looks like it has the most going on with this little picture. And it's kind of the hardest one to like decipher, right? Let me try to zoom in on it a little more. Yeah, even upon further zooming in, I can't even make out what that is. But right here, you can see the one slash attack, and then you can see another slash attack right here. Now, this little line, the slash attack, I'm a little curious about that. I feel like that might be like some sort of severance effect that I was talking about. Because I was kind of speculating that Yami could have a move that kind of disrupt the flow of your magic just because he catches you off guard. Because he can attack you with ki, essentially. Then we have this down here, which looks like a fortification type of spell where Yami maybe buffs himself up. Maybe he like stands stronger, something like that. And then you have the Dark Cloak Dimension Slash. Now that I look at this, it does look like this has like a lot of dark energy kind of like going with it, like a big like, oh, that looks like Yami kind of like falling from the sky now that I think about it. Then what I see right here, I believe these are like passive skills right here. And maybe each character has like 2 passive traits that you can unlock and maybe upgrade even. You can see that there are levels on that looks like an LV1, LV2 possibly. So you can see that there are levels on the skills right here. Then also with the passive skills, this would make it easier to kind of implement a system of tags like I was talking about. Like, just imagine a character has like a base passive, or they just have these 2 passives, and then they have like tags so that they work with other people's passives. So like say Elsa has one that increases the strength of like Black Bull members, and then Yami has the Black Bull tag, of course, and then Yami gets a buff from Asta, or maybe vice versa. Yami boosts the Black Bulls because they all do kind of want to like impress this man, to say. But then we get the 2 passives here, which would make it a little bit easier for adding extra skills onto characters very early into the game, giving it a lot of diversity to like the ways you can build characters. Now, this right here, I'm not 100% sure about. There's a game that I used to play called Brave Frontier, and each character had a slot to put like a sphere on. And the sphere was essentially like this orb that had a special effect. And some of the spheres actually had additional effects for specific characters. This could be something kind of like that, a relic system, and also you have to remember all of this stuff isn't necessarily going to be in the game as soon as it drops. So it's possible that all this could be true. It's possible all this could not be true. I'm just speculating on what I think could happen. Another thing to kind of pay attention to realize that like this is all just like speculation. This is not 100% for certain, and also even if it is all true, does not necessarily mean that it'll be 100% in the game at the start of the game. because right here you can see Yami's level is 100 now. The way they did it with Grand Cross was the first level cap was like level 60, and that was for your account, and that was for all characters. And then eventually they just kept raising the level caps, and then letting you boost your player rank. And then after your player rank boost, they'll boost about 10 levels, and then you can boost your character by 10 more levels. So I don't think that all this stuff is just going to be out in the game as soon as it drops. Maybe the 2 passive system. I don't know about this little emblem relic thing right here, but it's all just in the air right now. The game's still not out yet. They still have not finalized everything. Every little picture you look at says that the game is still in development. Take it with a grain of salt, basically. So that's just my speculation on it. But how I feel the skills will work is you level the skills up kind of like in your character page. You don't see a level on the passive skills, so the passive skills might not level up unless there is a system later on to boost your character, and that's part of like the character growth kind of like system in game. But it seemed that you level up these skills right here, and possibly this skill would level up off of getting extra grimoires, because this is the ultimate skill, and then these skills will level up off of training possibly, because this one, now that I look at it, it doesn't look like this one has a level. No. It definitely does. Or maybe, I don't know. It's hard to make out these pictures, man. It's kind of blurry. But basically, you level up all these skills. And how I think it'll work is, there is a basic skill, because if you remember back on the animations, everybody had like a first kind of initial basic skill. They didn't look too amazing. And then they had 2 more skills that did look pretty good. And then they have their ultimate ability. So I believe the first skill will be like a skill that costs no mana. Right, and they have their grimoire open in front of them, and it's like you can see all the skills in the book, and when you unlock the skills, they show up in the grimoire, right? And the 2 other skills besides the basic skill actually require a certain amount of mana to use them. The ultimate ability will require a full gauge of mana to use it. So the initial basic ability could be an ability that you can use to kind of just go through combat without expending any mana, waiting to charge up your higher level attacks. And of course they would work into passives, that there are some characters whose mana kind of like regenerates faster, or maybe there are some characters who just start out with a set amount of mana, or start with a full mana gauge or something like that, who can just like off rip just for no reason. But I mean, not to say no reason. There could be a lot of reasons for that could work for a utility kind of like base type of thing as well. I also feel like Asta would probably have like a no mana gauge. Maybe when he starts using the anti-magic, he has like an anti-magic like gauge, and that's what kind of like gauges when he can use his attacks. Because if he could just use anti-magic based attacks and just spam enemies, that would not be a fun experience for other people playing against you. Because I feel like there's definitely going to be a PvP mechanic in this game, but they'll definitely balance it out, right? Also, I did do a little translating in my other video. Make sure to go check that one out. It's the one where I kind of like go over the updates for the character page, because this is actually very far from where they started. It's a very interesting video. I'll definitely go check it out. But right here, this pretty much is saying those who are like VIP to this person specifically, basically. So I'm pretty sure there's going to be like a fate link type of system, like in Grand Cross, like association links where you can put a character in like a sub slot and give extra stats to this character. I feel like hopefully they do, or not I feel like, but hopefully they do like ultimate attacks that change based upon the characters put into your sub slot, because I like that feature on Grand Cross, and I feel like they just kind of stopped doing it once they got tired of doing it, and it just kind of felt like, well, what was the point of introducing that concept if you weren't going to continue it? I mean, like, I like that, and I've heard a lot of other like people in the community say like, oh, why don't we get Fate Ultimates anymore? So if they're gonna start it with a concept like that, then I'm gonna need them to be consistent with a concept like that, and every unit that comes out in the future should have a Fate association type of link. But I honestly feel like they will keep it up, because there's so many times where characters have to like team up for battles. Like literally, even still later on in the story, they're still teaming up, ganging on devils. So I feel like the Fate Link system will definitely prevail in this game more so, especially with units being more so like rivals. Also, we could also have like dual units. I don't know how exactly that will work just yet. Maybe it could be one page has all of their spells, and the other page has another unit spells, and that could be like a new like type of meta. Which, yes, it would be super OP, but you know, that doesn't mean that. Just because a new meta is introduced into the game does not mean that you will be suffering forever in PvP. You just have to wait until they give you opportunities where you can acquire the new meta units, because there's always an opportunity like that after the fact, the aftermath. Or, you know, you just save up It just depends, right? I'll be making videos, kind of keeping like an eye on the units and kind of rating them, grading them, getting them to the maximum potential, just so we can kind of see how they perform at their peak, just to see if they're truly worth it. You know, how they fit into teams and things like that. But that's really all my speculation for the fighting system. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, you can go down below and very early on thrash that like button. And you can also hit the subscribe and hit the notification bell so that every time I awaken my Dragon Eye, you guys can watch the video and unleash your hostile mana. That's going to be it for your boy, DEADMANVINCE. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You guys have a good one. You guys surpass your limits. Peace.